Hello, Jake. This will be the only video feedback I get to you, and you have a couple days over the weekend. I'm glad you submitted for 6-1. Feel free to submit anything, even to participate in Week 7's discussion board, if it's only to make an initial post. Points is points, right? Anyway, I encourage you to carry through. Jake, there's a lot here, and I appreciate what you've been able to do. I like the off-center arrangement. It seems to, size itself well for a variety of image formats, proportions, I guess, screen proportions. You have been able to import the logo, and it's transparent. That's no small feat. It floats as well over a solid as it does white or another image. That's good. And a two-page presence, well, it kind of makes sense. There's the two things that you would need to know. That is what the restaurant's about and what their menu is. So I think it's acceptable. I really do like your print menus. And what an accomplishment it would be to duplicate the typography of your print menu, including this watermark in the background of the Chinese character. What an accomplishment it would be to recreate this in HTML and CSS. Just a suggestion. Now, you need a way to get back to the home page. That's generally understood to be the logo. So, it's not a full-blown navigation, but it does what it needs to do, and I can't really argue with that. I would like to see more images, though. As graphic as this is, it is a restaurant, so I think it deserves more than just an illustration in terms of images. So, if I could fault you for anything, it's for not perhaps having images of food. What more can I say? I like the way that the logo bleeds off to the left and right. Think about ways to limit the line length. This is an awfully long line to read, and there's not much cell padding. So try not to have lines that are more than 50 characters long. The eye just gets tired. And whether this is larger or perhaps in one of the other corporate typefaces, that would be advisable. Now, looking at your code here, I see that you do have an external style sheet, and it looks impressive. Let me zoom in here. Have you, or will you be able to get to the point where you can import images? I see that you've got the idea. You have them in their own directory, so you understand that. You've kept your code commenting. That's really useful, I think, orienting you on your page in the commenting. And this is the host code that I'm scrolling past here, which appears in the footer. If you do create a footer, this is the area that you would put it in, and you might be able just to get rid of that, but just know that that's host code. And yes, it looks like you've successfully separated your style in the CSS from the content of the HTML. That's good going. You've got the ingredients, Jake. It's something that please submit for week 8, hopefully with some images imported and better positioning of ingredients. But it has the building blocks, and I think you can do it to complete this term. Good going. Jake, I'm going to leave it here, and this will probably be my only feedback for you, as I mentioned earlier. But don't hesitate to reach out to me in the next 2 days. We have tomorrow and Sunday, and I will accept any assignments without penalty.